This week, become the master of your inner landscape. You have the power. In our previous sessions, we've been going deep into your soul, into the experience of your inner landscape. These experiences, these energetic experiences, are you experiencing you, all the parts of you, the frequencies of the angels, the ascended beings, your human self, even those dark voices. We are here to experience the totality of reality, and we are here to understand it and learn wisdom from it. We are here to learn how to love. We are here to learn how to receive love. We are here to be loved. And every experience we have, no matter how good or how negative or how painful, is a lesson to learn about love. The lesson may be for you to learn self-love. To have self-love means many times to have forgiveness. But what does forgiveness really mean? The ancients equated forgiveness with letting go. We let go. We let something go. We've learned it, we've got it, it's okay. I'm human, I'm not meant to be perfect. I let it go. Last week we met with Grace, where Grace came and lifted the burdens, lifted the grief. She also lifts our judgments, mainly of ourselves. When we can live without judging ourselves so harshly, I have found it's much easier to not judge other people. Because judgment is from the ego mind of struggle, the ego mind of control, and the ego mind that is the obstacle to living in joy, to being able to create your reality. When you become a master of your inner landscape, you become a master of the world. Because everything that you experience within you, every reaction, sets a template for what happens around you. So let's say you could have 5 people and something happens. 5 different people will have a different reaction, from very positive to very negative. Think about how somebody comes up to you and says, "Hey, you look great today." One person may say, "They said that to me because they're jealous, they don't like me, they don't mean it." Another person could say, "Hey, yeah, I do look great, don't I?" Right? This is our inner landscape. Meeting our inner landscape, which is what we've been doing over these few weeks, is how you rearrange those neurons, how you get those neurological pathways to line up and to fall into place so that you can begin to create a world of possibility, your world of possibility. You can begin to take a dream and be guided into making it a solution and then a reality. So don't give up on your dreams now. This time of the pandemic is our time to dream even bigger, because we have the time to dream. So what are you going to do on the other side? We're going to have to reinvent so many things. You may have to reinvent yourself. Maybe, just maybe, you could think about reinventing yourself to be in more alignment to who you really are, to what your life's purpose is, what your passion is. Begin to work on it now. Begin to dream. Our affirmation today is, my spirit is an angelic force within my inner landscape. My spirit is an angelic force within my inner landscape. Now, this affirmation will affirm for you the connection between who you think you are and the light within, the light we have been visiting, the light we've been touching. Because when you remember that you are this light, you are this sacred garden, that you are the central pillar of light, the sword of light that clears all obstacles, that you are the silent watcher, observing without judgment, just naturally observing, that you are the presence and have around you the presence of the spirit guides. You are not alone, that within you is a lotus flower in your heart, the doorway to grace. When you remember this, the lights go off. The pathways in your brain shift. The endorphins, the hormones, what you need in your chemistry begins to change. I have worked with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of individuals over decades with, quote, mental illness, but I don't like that word because it's not mental illness. It's called mental misperception. And not just on someone if you're feeling depressed, but how everybody views you. Is because we don't understand one another. Anxiety, fear, depression, it all comes from grief. It all comes from loss. And so we have to look at that grief. Make our ritual, our sacred ritual in our altar. Go to grace to help relieve the burdens of grief. The light brings mental imbalance back into balance. The light attaches you to your higher self, your observing mind, so that you can watch your thoughts. And when negative thoughts come, you are watching them. That means you are the master. Your thoughts are not just propelling you, go do this, take an impulse, take an action. Because remember, take 10, you back off, you take a moment, you go into quiet reflection. And in quiet reflection, you simply watch and you say, this too shall pass. This pain shall pass. This message shall pass. Anything that's negative. By being your silent watcher and attaching to the sword of light, when the obstacles that come up of the negativity of this time and the pain of going through COVID and the enormous loss, you have the tools. You have the spiritual, practical tools to be able to pierce through that, to just glide through it. Like, what are those pilots that fly those very fast planes and do all those tricks up in the air? What was that? All right, Top Gun. Well, that movie was from a long time ago. You may not have seen it. But you're flying your plane, and your plane is you. It's your body, your thoughts, your spirit. You're driving the plane. You can decide, do you go up? Do you go down? Do you turn around in the air? Go over a mountain. Don't go into the mountain. Keep your eyes open. That's wisdom. See what's coming. And these are all the great lessons that this pandemic has within its basket. These powerful lessons for you to know who you really are. That you have an inner landscape of light. And this light is your power. It is your resilience, it is your knowledge, and it is what will guide you day to day through the comings and goings of your own feelings and the feelings and actions of those around you. This is the Radiance practice. So let's now go a little bit deeper. The first step today, when you go within, and you call your guide. When you go within to your central pillar or the sacred garden, in quiet reflection, ask, what is my message for today? What is my message for today? What is it I am here to practice, to know, to learn? Write it in your journal. Write it down. Your journal is your foundation. It's what anchors and grounds the light by writing it down. You yoke your light on paper. It creates a connection, a grounded connection. Then you ask the next question, which is, how do I love? And just watch yourself. How do you love? Do you love by cooking for people? Or do you love by sharing a story? Do you love? How do you love? Come to know that. Learn how you love. Because when you know how you love, you're going to see that many times you're doing many loving things you don't even know that you're doing. You don't even think of it as loving, right? You're just being you. But give yourself some credit. Look at that. How do I love? And then, how can I love more? How can I shine my light? Where can I bring my love? Now that I know I'm light, where can I place it? Who can I show that to? And what is love? Love is understanding. Understanding maybe somebody else is having a bad day. Maybe they woke up on the wrong side of bed, or maybe they too just went through a loss. They don't know how to cope. So loving is understanding. Loving sometimes is giving someone space. Sometimes the most loving thing you can do is to back off and just let somebody have some space. Then sometimes love is reaching out and saying, I see that you're hurting. See the other person. Remember, you have the silent watcher in you. So you're now looking at the world from a different perspective. So you can say, I see you. Are you okay? I'm just getting the sense there's some pain going on. And I'm here for you. Just here. Not trying to fix it, not trying to change it, not trying to lift it. I'm just simply present with you. For the greatest thing that anyone can do for anyone, the greatest gift is for you to be present with another person's soul. That when you look at a person, you look deeper. Because when we look at people, we don't really see people, do we? Even people we love, we've lived with our whole life. We just kind of look at them. Now that you are the light, look into them and see the light inside of them that they may not see or they may not know. Now this person may even be closed to even having a conversation about light. Understand they're not ready. That's okay. But by you seeing the light, that light in them will ignite. That spark of light in them will become brighter. Because your soul, your light, just ignited their light because you were fully present. So we practice being present. And how do we do this? With the silent watcher. With pulling our awareness into right here, right now. And just, I'm with you. And you know those thoughts that wander off, that's okay, because you just call them back. Oh, I see. There you go, thought. Okay, come on back over here. Here we go. And then you become present with the person. This is the most healing experience you can have, the most healing experience you can give someone. And it also brings us into the true teaching of our time of this pandemic of COVID. Even in our isolation, with the few people we have around us, we now have an opportunity to deeply connect soul to soul. This is intimacy with the divine. The human soul with the soul of God is the human soul with the soul of another human. When the soul connects, when the soul is present, right here, right now. Nera denai nishmata dam. It means the lamplight of God is the human soul. Your soul, your light, your love is where you and the creator of all that is God, this is where you are one. For you are a spark of the light of the creator. That's who you really are. And your inner landscape are the mansions of light, these areas of awareness and love. And as you know this more and more, you become the master of your inner landscape, and your reality changes. The next question is, how do I receive love? So you look within. How do I receive love? And look at your life, at all the ways you receive love and all the ways you push love out. Because the ego mind, its job is to separate you from reality, to keep you feeling separate, to keep you non-engaged, to keep you depressed, keep you ridden in fear or anxiety, even to keep you in extensive grief. So watch, clearing the obstacles with your sword of light, and ask, how can I receive more love? How can I be open to the abundance of the universe? Because the abundance of the universe is always giving, even when we're in a tiny space, even when the pandemic is causing our world to go topsy-turvy. The universe is still giving. So look for this. Where is the universe giving to me that I can't see? That's the key. Because there are all kinds of areas where the universe is giving to you every day that you cannot see. So look, this is all quiet reflection. And now we have this opportunity to spend a lot of time in quiet reflection, to grow, to receive the gift, even in the difficulties, to attach to the light of hope and attach to the light of faith, and to find the place within that spark of life, which is joy. Cultivate joy. Joy doesn't always come, and there may be many reasons to not have joy. So actively cultivate joy. Meditate on joy. Can you experience joy because the sun came up? Can you experience joy because you're alive today? Can you experience joy at the smile of someone you know? Can you experience joy in the fresh air? You see, joy is very mundane. It's all around us at all times. The ego thinks to have joy, I have to gain this, I have to attain that, I've got to buy this, I have to grab that. That's the ego. Well, it's been proved the ego doesn't make us happy. All that the spirit requires is being connected to the joy of life that is around us. And even when we're alone, there are places of joy. Look carefully. What are they? Bring them into your being, and you will see that they begin to grow and grow like a field of stars until you are filled with this beautiful joy. So we're going to close our segment for this first portion of our course with an inner journey. And I want to ask you just to close your eyes, and we say, thank you, beloved presence, all that is, for bringing me right here, right now, connecting me to the light of my soul. I affirm, I have the power, and I am becoming a master of my inner landscape. I affirm, my spirit is an angelic force within my inner landscape, creating, expanding in love. I affirm, I am love, giving love and receiving love. I watch the world from the silent watcher, observing my mind, my thoughts, observing the world, outer and inner, from a neutral place which brings me wisdom. I am the central pillar of light, the sword of truth, which cuts away all obstacles, all negativity. For in it is the core virtue and the value from which I was created. Beside me walks the guides, the angelic guides, my spirit guides, always with me, before me, behind me, surrounding me. I am never alone, for I am in the presence of pure creation at all times. And when my heart is sad, I go to my altar and I dance and I sing and I write and I create an offering to life from my soul. I look within and enter the sacred flower, the rose of my heart, the sacred garden where my soul lives. And there I meet Grace. Beloved Grace, she comes and she washes away my burdens. She washes away my fear, my grief, and uplifts me into song, reminding me who I am, that I am a winner, that I truly believe in myself, that I have made of the right stuff, and I have the power. Because the I that I am attached to is the I am that I am, the presence of pure creation, my true self, the light. And I attach myself now to this frequency of light, this gentle, loving frequency. And I allow every cell of my body to vibrate in this frequency, attaching myself to the sound of light, the sound of peace, the sound of love, the sound of truth, the sound of healing. There we go. I am the light of all that is. I am the light of all that is. Thank you for joining me on the Radiance journey. Namaste, Shalom, and many, many blessings to you and your family.